So we'll start with some posture review. We've talked about a few postures here. Let's do the first one, which we call play lute or play pipa. We take 1 foot forward. I'm taking my left foot forward. You can take your left foot forward or your right foot forward, whatever is easier for you. Same arm that's forward, same leg that's forward, and then we take the other hand right below. I'm going to show you a side view so you can see it. Things that we note: this leg is bent, my support leg is bent, this leg is weightless. So we say empty and full, right? This is empty of weight, full of chi. This is full of weight, empty of chi, or full of dense chi, right? And the arms, we look for that happy medium, not stretched out, not collapsed in, right in between, right? We hold this posture. I have a point of contact right at lung 9 at the base of the wrist with the middle finger. You can play with that a little bit. And we check that we're not leaning back. We're not leaning forward, but are relatively situated with our shoulders over our hips and our head ideally above the shoulder. And we hold this posture for a little while and see what we can relax in the front of the body. Can the chest relax? Can the belly relax? Can the face and the throat relax? What can we drop in the upper body into our grounded feeling in the lower body? So I will call this posture play lute left because left foot is forward. We hold it until it starts to embed itself as a natural resting place in our body, a checkpoint in our form. And we'll relax down. We'll take play lute right. So I'm having my right foot forward, my right hand high. Maybe you're doing the mirror of me. Maybe you're doing play lute left, whatever works for you today. On the side, we see now I have right foot forward, right arm high, point of contact right at the base. And I go through my checks. Is this empty? Can I move my leg without shifting my weight? My support leg bent? Are my shoulders over my hips? Do I have a point of contact right in front of my chest? Not too extended, not too collapsed, just right in between. This posture should feel full without being rigid, like there's some sense of it inflating gently outwards. And we'll relax. So we have play lute right, play lute left. Things to check: not too narrow. We don't want to be tightrope walking, but a little bit of space, right? Make sure the hips aren't too canted one way or the other. Okay, so play lute moves into press, and there's a transition that we haven't really worked on, but we will. But let's practice our press position first. So I'm going to turn this way, which is my left. You can try to your right. We'll take the play lute position and then just shift the weight and turn the hand over, and this is now press position. So things to check: the weight is now forward. I should be able to move this back leg without changing the location of do 20, the top of my head. The palm of the same leg that's forward is facing me, and this hand is resting right at the wrist. Not too extended, not too relaxed, right in between. This is called press position. Then we check, and there's a gentle tuck in the hips. So we want to make sure the butt isn't sticking out, but rather gently tucked, almost like this knee is kind of trying to drive into the ground a little bit, and we're very rooted. This is press position. Okay, we'll come in. Let's try the other side. First, we take our play lute. Then we shift the weight, turn the hand. This is now press position, right? So we'll hold our press. Gentle feeling in all directions. All right, and relax. So we have play lute, we have press, right? We have play lute, we have press. So this is worth going through on your own, just taking play lute and then press, play lute and then press. And you'll see that all that really changes is the weight and where this hand is in the front. The back support hand stays the same. Play lute, press, center, play lute, press, center. Okay. So now we're going to work on the last posture that we're working on together, and then we'll work on some transitions. The last posture is single whip. Single whip, we take a slightly wider stance. We point our toes to 45-degree angles, then we drop down. This is sort of a horse stance, although traditional horse stance usually has feet parallel. This one, feet to the 45. Our single whip is a center-weighted single whip. It's one of the only center-weighted postures that we see in our Tai Chi form. Let's start by relaxing our hands on our thighs. We're going to do something weird here where we drop our elbows down to our thighs and then come up so that our elbows are also directly above our knees. everybody's tendency is to go wide here. We want a roundness in the front. So if we look from the side, we see that my hands are not directly to the side, but rather to the 45-degree angles. This is our our single whip posture. And to make it legit single whip, right hand turns into a bird's beak, left hand is open. Almost symmetrical. So this would be symmetry. This is the difference. So we'll hold our single whip posture for a little bit, relax the chest, hang from the wrists, lift the head, sink into the base. And then we'll bring it in. So play lute, press, single whip. Really only 3 postures. We have some transitions though, so let's work on those. So let's take, all of us, take a play lute right position. So play lute right hand high, right foot forward. Now the transition to single whip's a little complicated. So to do this, we're going to turn the hips. The hips open and the foot opens. The hips close and the foot closes. Comes back square. So let's do that a couple times. Hands on the hips. We open the hips gently. We close the hips, close the foot. We come back square. So open the hips, not too much. Close the hips, pigeon toe, square. Open, close, square. Open, close, square. What are the hands doing? Let's go back to play lute. We open and we touch this corner. We close and we drop down towards the hip. So if I turn so you can see, I'm closed with my hand, almost like I'm reaching into my pocket or drawing a sword. Hands are still together, right? So from this angle, we see open, closed, all right? The hands actually stay more or less on the center line. So let's do that slowly. We open, we close, and then we turn over the bottom hand, shift forward into press. One more time. Play lute, open, close, roll over, press. So we have this kind of action as we come forward, right? Let's try it again. Play lute. Open, close, roll over, shift the weight, roll forward into press. One more time. Open, close, roll over, press. Again, play lute. Open, close, roll over, press. Okay, we're just going to do that on one side. One side's enough for right now. So we've gotten into press position. Now we need to get into single whip, right? So from press position, let's all do this together with the right hand high, right leg forward, shift the weight. Press position, right hand faces me, left hand waits. The next position, we're going to do a very similar thing on the lower body. We shift back, we open, we close, and now when we shift the weight, I stay pigeon toe into the corner, and I push into the corner. One of my instructors called this clown throws pie. Not a traditional Chinese name, but if we imagine shifting back, we're holding a pie, we kind of brandish the pie, and then we throw the pie into the corner, right? So turn the foot, press, shift back, open, close, throw pie. Press, shift back, open, close, shift, throw pie. Once more, press, shift back, open, close, throw pie. All right. The transitions are tricky. We have one last transition, which is that into single whip. So we're almost there. It's not that hard. We'll do it actually all the way through from play lute, and we'll work on the transition into single whip. Play lute right. Sweep high, gather low, turn the foot. Turn the foot directly to the right, shift forward into press. Shift back, open, close, corner. This hand makes a bird's beak. This hand turns over, back of the wrists together. We're going to lift up this side. This is my left side. I lift it up and I find the left corner. I touch the left corner and sink in the middle. Single whip. Okay, let's try that again. Play lute. We open, We close, roll over into press, shift back, turn, push into the front corner. Bird's beak, hand turns over. Open up, touch the left corner, enter. Let's check. Toes pointing towards the corners. Elbows above the knees. One hand bird's beak, one hand press. We'll bring it in and down. Shake it out. This sequence is called Grasp the Sparrow's Tail, with the idea that if you grasp the tail of the sparrow, you get the whole bird. If you understand this part of the Tai Chi form, they say you actually understand the mechanics of the whole Tai Chi form. So we've worked on the basic postures. We've worked on the transitions. Let's put it all together with the opening. So we start our Tai Chi by finding a space on the floor and standing there. Just standing. Wuji posture means a posture free of intention, so stand. When we feel like we've touched a posture as free of intention as possible, we put some intention in. The first thing we do is drop in the knees and hips and lift from the top of the head, and we do opening, which is rising up in the wrists, extending to the fingertips, rolling back towards the body and sinking towards the ground. We'll do that a few times. There's a rhythm to it. Rise, extend, roll back, sink. Rise, extend, roll back, sink. A little slower. Little weight shift forward, wrists rise, elbows sink, shoulders to fingertips, fingertips back to shoulders, back to the ground. Weight comes gently forward, stays forward, shifts back, and sink. Stay where you are, keep doing it. We rise up, and forward, roll back, sink, rise up, and forward, roll back, sink. We rise up, and forward, roll back, and sink. Very nice. Shake it out a little bit. That's our opening. I'm going to turn around so we can get our orientations right. So we're going to begin Tai Chi. So we start with Wuji standing. Let's pretend we've done this for a little bit. We sink in the knees and hips. We lift the top of the head. That's begin Tai Chi. We rise, extend, roll back, and sink. The weight goes all the way to one side. We do the same thing to the sides. We rise up, extend out. We do an embrace motion called bow. Then we do our first play loop, left side. Let's try that together one more time. Begin Tai Chi, hips sink, head lifts, wrists rise, extend, roll back, and sink, shift, rise, extend, round posture, play loop. Now we've become very interested in that side. This is our first transition, which you haven't really practiced. We're going to move the left side. The left side closes like a door. The foot turns, the hands cross. We shift the weight. The arm creeps out. We lift up. This is our prelude on the other side. Now facing to my right, right hand high, right foot forward. Let's try that again. Neutral spot, Wuji posture, sink and lift, rise, extend, roll back, and sink. We shift to one side, rise up, extend, round, small step, play a loop. Here's our first transition. Turn the foot, cross the hands, shift the weight, right hand creeps out, release that twisting to play loop. We sweep high, turn the foot, gather low, square the foot to the right, roll the hand over, forward into press. Think back, turn the foot, clown throws pie, front right corner push. Bird's beak with the right, hand turns over in the left. Find the front left corner, touch the corner, center, single whip. Come out of it. Let's try that one more time together, okay? So, from Wuji standing, sink, rise, extend, roll back. Sink real slow, no hurry here. Then step forward, small step left, left play loop. The hand and the foot move together. Shift the weight, right hand creeps out. Find play loop right. Shift high, shift low. Square the foot, roll forward into press. Roll back, turn, and push front right corner. Bird's beak with the right, left hand turns over. Find the front left corner with the foot and the fingertips. Shift the weight briefly, return to center. And come on down. We'll do that one more time together smoothly with less commentary. Just see if you can follow and just fake it till you make it. All right. So that's the first part of the Wu style Tai Chi short form. We can't be too fixated on getting it perfect, but we can engage with it with the intention for it to be right. Okay. So the feet and the weight are the most important. The hands are secondary, and try to get these angles. Where are you stepping? Where are you facing? Left, right, or to the corners, front or back? Just like that sort of compass rose we put on the ground a few weeks ago. So give it a shot. Give this a few shots. If you can, watch the video through a few times, put it on in the morning and go through your practice. And it should help. It should start to stick. This is a basic framework for our Tai Chi form. If we get this first third really dialed in, then the rest of it comes pretty easy because we've established direction, we've established weight, and we've established a relationship between our extremities and our center, which is really what we're trying to do. When we meet on Thursday, we'll be talking about Health Journal and also doing a training session together. So everybody, please come prepared to discuss something that you've learned from your Health Journal project. Be ready to discuss your goal for yourself, your success with it, and how you could have refined it. Maybe the way that we'll do it is we can talk about, we can share our goals, and then we can kind of outsource how to make those goals a little bit smarter, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So please do come prepared to discuss that. Thank you everybody for your time. We'll see you on Thursday.